A long time ago, the V-Strom 1000 saw the light of day. That was in 2002, if I remember correctly, and a year later, its little brother, the V-Strom 650, appeared. By 2003, these motorcycles had firmly established themselves not only on the Polish market, but also around the world, performing excellently on all kinds of journeys, enduring the hardships of travel. Although they were often called touring enduros, they never really had anything in common with true enduro bikes. First and foremost, they had suspension that was too soft, too little ground clearance, and an oil line running in front of the engine, right behind the front wheel. So damaging this component was very easy. The global launch of the V-Strom 250 took place some time ago. Today, this little motorcycle has arrived at our editorial office, and I promise that we will thoroughly test it. And you'll find out all about the test results in just a moment. The power unit of the small V-Strom is the engine you already know well from the Suzuki GW 250 Inazuma motorcycle. Of course, there are a few changes here, mainly to adapt this engine to Euro 4 standards. The timing system has been modified, the valves have been changed, and there are a few other adjustments as well. How does this engine perform in practice? 3.5 liters of fuel per 100 kilometers is actually a very good result, but you get this figure if you ride up to 100 kilometers per hour. Power is transmitted through a 6-speed gearbox, which works perfectly with the wet clutch and chain drive. Although the V-Strom 250 is a small motorcycle, fortunately, it maintains all the right proportions between the rider's seat, handlebars, and foot pegs. Braking on the Suzuki is handled by a single-disc brake system at the front and rear. It works perfectly, and I've already had the unpleasant experience of performing an emergency stop in front of a car that cut me off. Things are worse when it comes to the ABS system and the front suspension, which simply tends to float quite often. The ABS engages too early and cuts off the brakes. The motorcycle keeps sliding forward. You have to be especially careful with this when riding over ruts, corrugated surfaces, or potholes. With this impressive motorcycle, you receive a truly solid and robust aluminum engine guard, along with durable hand guards that are specifically designed to effectively protect your hands during rides. And the thing I like the most, flexible turn signals that are very hard to break. The motorcycle we're testing is equipped with an aftermarket exhaust system. The Yoshimura exhaust makes a really good impression. The sound the engine produces at the end of the rev range is simply music to the ears. The ability to attach panniers comes as standard, and you can add a top case, so you can set off on a trip with 3 cases, which gives you a lot of options. What's more, as you can see, I have a tank bag mounted on the motorcycle. On many small motorcycles, due to the shape of the tank, you can't mount a tank bag. Here, you can mount it without any problem, throw all your stuff into the case, and head off wherever you want. Can the V-Strom 250 be considered attractive? Of course, that's a matter of taste, and I won't argue about it. Personally, I'll just say that the first time I saw this motorcycle, I didn't like it. My perception of this motorcycle only changed when I got on it and started looking at it more often. That's when I started to like this motorcycle, and with each day I ride it, I like it more and more. Is this a good bike for you? I don't know that. It is definitely an unconventional motorcycle. A machine that will perform excellently. First, in the city. Second, it will satisfy you on the road if you're not a very demanding rider. And third, it will give you plenty of fun on weekend trips, even with a passenger. You can go anywhere on this motorcycle, although remember that highway speeds are definitely not what this bike is made for. This motorcycle is meant to be accompanied by travel, adventure, and above all, fun.